It's game day in Cedar Falls. It's hard to believe that it's the final game day of the season for Indiana State football. They'll look to get win number one in the final week of the season against Northern Iowa. I'm Luke Martin alongside Tom James. TJ filling in for Fritzy as he's in warm Charleston with basketball. But Tom, this week, of course, we've talked about throughout the year, yes, the record's not what any of us wanted, let alone us, the players and the coaches. But this is a big week for this team and a week of the season that could really springboard some things heading into the offseason.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big game because you want to have end the season on a strong mark. You want to go into recruiting, early signing days coming up in December. So you want to go strong into recruiting, and then I know as Coach Mallory has said, the season may be ending today for the Sycamores, but football continues because of recruiting and other things that they want to get done, different projects on campus. So it's just another busy day, but it's a big game. They want to finish strong, and they can play spoiler because Northern Iowa needs a win. And they're pretty much in the playoffs, I think, but they want to go into the playoffs strong, and they want to make a statement. And it's tough to play here at the Unidome, and so the Sycamores better be ready to go.
And depending on how things go, they could win a conference championship still today as well. If North Dakota State falls and they win, there's a share for a conference title. So, and I think as an Indiana State fan, you want that because if you're going to have a chance to win the day, you're going to have, and you're not going to get a Northern Iowa team that's saying, we're coasting, we're ready for the playoffs. There's a lot for them to fight for today as well.
Right, and this is a tough place to play, the Unidome. I mean, I've been here a lot of times, and it is a very tough place to play. We've talked about it before. I think the Sycamores have only won one time here at the Unidome. I think that was back in '88. So it's you've got to have your A game, and you've got to play strong. You've got to play smart. You cannot have turnovers because the way the stadium is set up, it's like a basketball arena, and things can change quickly, and they can get on a roll, and they can steamroll you if you're not ready to play.
I've never been in this facility. You have. Tell me about it. Why is it so difficult, and why? And not just Indiana State hasn't had a lot of success there. There haven't been very many teams other than Northern Iowa that have success in that building.
Well, like I said, it's like an old-style basketball arena. The fans are right on top of you. They're in your ears. They're clanging their cowbells and everything. I mean, and it's intimidating. We know how the Fargo Dome is intimidating. Well, the Unidome is very intimidating in its own way. It's not a big arena, a big stadium, but when they get a lot of people packed in there, 10, 12,000 people packed in there, a lot of great football tradition. Kurt Warner, among others, played football at Northern Iowa. They get it cranked up, and if you're not ready to go, and you can be easily intimidated, they'll get to you. And things can pile up in a hurry. We saw that a couple years ago when we were in here. We were playing pretty good, and then they got on a roll, and they just steamrolled us. And so you've got to be ready to go.
Offensively for Indiana State, catch up with Coach Eklinski this week. It's kind of been the norm this season. He said, Luke, we just had missed opportunities. The Liberty game, everything clicked, but it seems like every other game we just had missed opportunities. What do you believe, Tom, today for the Indiana State offense? We'll make sure that it's not missed opportunities today, that's capitalizing on those opportunities, which we saw once this year against Liberty.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of everything you got, and we saw it last week, against Western Illinois. The Sycamores had opportunities to make plays. They had opportunities to make big things happen. An overthrown pass, a drop ball, a fumble, an ill-timed penalty. Those things get you out of sequence, and you can go from a first and goal down at the 1 yard line to the ball's at the 50. I mean, things happen, and you cannot allow those things to happen. And that's a maturation process. We've got a young team, and it's time for them to step up and grow up. And because if you don't, bad things happen.
Biggest thing, what's the takeaway from this season, regardless of what happens this afternoon?
You're building for the future, and that's something I kind of hashtagged the other day. It's, I know people aren't happy, and I know people are frustrated. I'm frustrated. You're frustrated. The coaches are frustrated. But you're building something. You're setting a foundation. You're building for the future. The best is yet to come for Indiana State football. You know that. I know that. The coaching staff knows that. And today is a great day to kind of get off on that step and say, okay, let's get this thing going.
We'll see what happens later this afternoon as Indiana State will take on Northern Iowa. Tom James, I am Luke Martin. For more on Indiana State football, you know where to stay. That's right here at GoSycamores.com.